Welcome back, everybody. Thank you again for joining us today. As always, got your host Brandon, and we do have a special guest here today. I'm gonna let him take it away, introduce himself, and share whatever you might.
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me on the show. My name is Matt Burns. I'm from from the East Coast, and I'm from around the Waynesboro, PA area. I'm the director of acquisitions for a small indie horror distribution company called Blood Pack Films, based out of Evansville, Indiana. I'm actually working on a film for them too, The Waynesboro Butcher. Also, I work with some other film companies as well, like Absurd Productions Pictures, Future Fantascope, and some other things. So I got my hands in a lot of pies, I guess, when it comes to the indie horror world. And then like so I also help run a few events like the Main Street Comic Con and the Susquehanna Valley Horror and Comic Con, which we can talk about later or whatever. That's at the Susquehanna Valley Mall in Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania.
Okay. So, how did you become the of acquisitions for the Blood Pact Films?
Well, I met Shane about 2 years ago, and we started talking about possibly distributing a film I helped make with a guy named Bone Johnson called The Legend of Crickfoot, and which is a horror it's just kind of a mockumentary about a cryptid character who loves hot dogs and natty daddy beer. So it was kind of a comedy.
Okay, so I seen a piece of that one. That one it cracked me up, to
If
be honest.
you ever want to check out the whole thing, it's on the Fossum app, the free app, Fossum, which is you can download. Anybody can download that, and it's kind of like Tubi or Plex or one of those freebie, movie apps or whatever. So, but yeah, so we were talking about that.
Okay.
He wound up helping us out with that, and wound up helping us out with the DVDs and Blu-rays for another film for another company I work for called Absurd Productions Pictures, and the movie is called Blood and Breakfast, which starred Nancy Ann Ritter from this original Scream movie, Beatrice Buplé from the Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Child. She played his mother in the film as the nun. We had Jim Crut from Dawn of the Dead. Had a great cast in that one, and a great bunch of our regular cast members here locally, which was fantastic. And so again, we'd had a good rapport, and I'd helped him get a couple other films, and basically. Recently, he was like, "Hey, you want to just go ahead and make this official? I guess, since you're already kind of helping me with it." I said, "Yeah, I'd love to," and it's been really good so far. We've been talking and getting some, and I mean, if anybody needs any help with their with distribution for their indie film, we'd love to talk to you. So check out bloodpackfilms.com, and it's on Facebook, Instagram. If you're not sure what to do with your film, just let us know. We'd love to help you out.
Which this is the site. I'm currently on the featured films.
Oh,
This is the film you were just talking about,
yeah,
correct?
The Legend of Crickfoot, which, like I said, that is again, that's more of like almost like a comedy than a horror, but it does have some horror elements in it. But yeah, it has it's like the cryptid that people are claiming they saw and they can't see. You know what I mean? They're trying to. And the thing with Blood Pact is we work with all kinds of filmmakers from all over the country and hopefully all over the world before we're over with. So yeah, I mean a lot of these are done. All of these are done by different people and whatnot. So it's definitely a lot of definitely a lot. But it's really fun. It's really fun to see people's creativity and see what they're doing.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Like I was looking at it, like I used to never really be into a lot of the independent films, but I realized that sometimes you don't need the max budget like all these basically where the A-listers are. One, you can tell they're trying too hard a lot of the time. And when it's more of the independent films, it seems like uh they're enjoying it more.
Right.
It's not like they're being slapped around to do what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times they're doing it because it's a passion for them, not because they're just doing it for a paycheck. I mean, you can definitely tell the difference. And yeah, and it being independent, you have full creative control. You can do whatever you want. Where a lot of people might disagree. They might say, well, this part would have been better had we been able to do it this way, but the studio wanted it this way. And you got to do what the studio says because they're footing the bill. So when they're footing the bill, you gotta play ball. But I mean, but yeah, it's just, I think yeah, because independent, a lot of times, there is no money, so you're doing it because you love it. So
Right. Right. Um, so when did you find out that this is what you wanted to actually sit down, do, and take the time to not only help others get their independent films noticed, but being able to actually enjoy what you're doing?
Well, I've always enjoyed like putting stuff together. I mean, before I got into doing the movies, I was a independent like punk rock and heavy metal concert promoter, and I always loved putting the bands together and doing that kind of thing. So I always loved doing that kind of stuff. And then later wound up putting on a few horror and comic cons, and still do that to this day too as well. But yeah, I've always enjoyed like putting the stuff together and seeing how it all fits together, kind of thing. And it's funny because like I mean
Yeah.
I didn't really I didn't really plan for this. I just started doing it. I mean I never went to school which just goes to show you that if you have the time and the gumption you can start doing it because again because you think you need to go to film school. You don't need to go to film school. Every phone, every cell, just like you and I are talking right now, you can take a cell phone and you can make a movie. It's so easy now. It doesn't even
Yep.
you don't even need to buy. You can buy a 4K camera for $75 now. I mean, you can buy a 4K, so it's not like it's before when you had to spend thousands of dollars on like these film reels and all that stuff they had back in the day to make them. Anybody and everybody can make a movie. So it's a great time, because whatever ideas people have, they can make. To some degree.
Right.
Even if it's just you and your buddies out in the backyard, doing something silly or whatever, if you have an idea, you can somehow figure out how to put it to the camera to film.
Exactly. Exactly. And nowadays, the phone cameras, they have the 4K, they have 2K, like they have some great settings for video, for pictures,
Absolutely,
and
like
if you know how to do the edits, yeah, go ahead.
oh yeah, you see you see like these award-winning films that were shot on an iPhone. Like it's that great. Those cameras are that nice. And
Yeah.
that is that nice. Absolutely.
No, and it's crazy. Like I know people that for one, they've learned how to edit and do different edits through their phones itself. Yeah, you have to normally pay for some of the editing sites
The
that
software.
but they figured out how to do the software, there you go. They figured out how to do it and they've become really good. My son is learning how to do different edits to small videos and everything else off of his phone,
Mhm.
which I still have trouble doing edits and stuff like that.
I don't do it.
So,
I don't have the
yeah, we're taking the time.
I don't have the patience to do editing. I'd want to throw the phone out the freaking window probably if it was up to me. But
Yeah,
some people do really enjoy doing that, thankfully, and yeah, it's definitely a great skill set to have for sure. Yeah, tell your son to keep doing it, to
for
keep
real.
it up because everybody always needs an editor. Editors, and even a small budget
Yeah,
project.
and people go crazy with it nowadays.
Absolutely, and they'll always demand a salary because that's a specific job,
Yeah.
So yeah, tell your son to keep at it.
Well, it's like some of the even say on the YouTube side, right? Like
Right.
some of the best videos on YouTube, the best podcasts, a lot of those either started out doing like recording from their phones
For sure.
and they progressed into camera and they still off the phone, they made it look like it was shot off a $3,000-$4,000 camera or more.
Yeah,
Like
the
the
best.
phones work really well if you know what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, and it's all about practice. It's all about you just got to keep doing it. You just got to do it. Like just like playing
Yep.
guitar, just like playing an instrument. You got to do it even when you don't want to do it. Even when you don't want to do it. You just gotta. As I say,
Yeah.
it's a passion. You got to have a passion for it. That like we were just talking. Passion. You got to have a passion for it for sure. Otherwise, you're just going to work a regular job.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, and, I don't know about a lot of people, but I know, for me at least, working a regular job, sure, it helps, it pays the bills, but
Absolutely.
it's not exactly what I wanna do with the rest of my life. That's where I started doing this, and yeah, I don't edit any of it really, maybe I'll take out some of the quiet spots, but I don't find the need to do the full edit. it's a conversation. Let's hear the whole thing, or
Right.
there's no reason to have it. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. Yeah, you don't, yeah, because again, if you're just gonna tell people what they want to hear, then what's the point? You know, or whatever, or you whatever you want to hear,
Exactly.
however you want to look at it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. When did you just like actually find out that you wanted to be basically going through films? Like, what made you choose that decision for your life?
Well, I mean, well, again, I mean, I was, I mean, I like to help out the fellow. I like to help out my fellow, filmmakers and whatnot. But, I mean, when I first got into, I mean, I never thought I'd do this. I mean, I never thought I'd be into making, actual movies or anything. I mean, I just one day, I mean, I've told the story on a few podcasts. I'll tell it to you here, briefly. I met Conrad Brooks from Plan 9 from Outer Space at a supermarket, at a local supermarket, because I was wearing an Ed Wood shirt and I was wearing a Plan 9 from Outer Space shirt. And, I saw through him like, wow, I mean, I mean, you can, I mean, I mean, if you have an idea and a camera, you can make a film. It's not like, see, I mean, before that, I always
Yeah.
thought, oh, yeah, you need all this stuff. Yeah, I mean, you need all this money, you need all this budget, this whatever. It's like, but it's just like, yeah, no, it's just, but I mean, but yeah, but I saw through him and I'm like, wow, you really can do it like this. And yeah, I did a movie for him and then I kind of stepped back into music again. I didn't really do a whole lot for a few years there. And then I met another guy because I was kind of getting out of the music thing. I was like, well, I've been doing this for, 10 plus years. And I was just, wasn't really going, it kind of spinning wheels. So I was like, yeah, I'd like to do something different. So I met this other guy named Dusty Fleischman and we started doing the films. And then I met, Mark, who was actually on that Conrad movie, and he's the guy from Absurd Productions Pictures, and we started working together, and we've been working together ever since for almost 10 years now. So yeah, it's just, I mean, and I like Mark.
Okay.
I like Mark's ideas too because he does all kinds of movies. He does crime movies. He does comedy movies. I mean, he doesn't just do horror, which is nice. Sometimes sometimes you like to have a change of pace. I mean, nobody watches all one genre. I don't think. I mean, you gotta mix it up
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, definitely, definitely. If you're not changing up what you're doing, it can get old, repetitive, and it can make you tired of what you're doing. And that's when you step away and you may never come back to it.
Right, exactly. I mean, 'cause you don't know. I mean, yeah, because again, I mean, who wants to do the same thing over and over again? I mean, it's.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, I know, I don't really want to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. That's one thing in like everyday life you notice like there's a lot of people and I used to do it a lot unfortunately, but bounce around job to job. They get tired of what they're doing, so they go find another job. They won't have a position for more than maybe 6 months to a year cuz they're tired of doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah,
But
I got you there. Yep, I feel that.
yeah, and like with me, I was driving for it was on and off for about 5 to 6 years, and I got tired of doing that eventually. I got tired of doing kind of the same routes or, same routines, basically, and after so long of looking for another position doing basically the same thing, I was like, "Okay, maybe I need a break."
Mhm.
And I went into a different job now. And I enjoy this a lot more. It's something similar to what I used to do. I drive forklift.
Okay, yeah, mhm.
I love forklifts. I'm really good at it. I'm good at
That's a
driving
good career path,
trucks.
man. I mean, let people, those guys make pretty good money. Man, it's a good career path. And yeah, like you said, it's not very hard. I mean,
Yeah.
you just driving around. It's not very hard on your body or anything like that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, my body is not what it used to be.
Who's is?
I have, yeah, I have a pretty messed up, back and I feel it in my leg almost it's like every other morning I wake up and my left knee I could barely put pressure on it without getting that pain shooting all the way up to my chest.
Damn.
Which it happens. It's an old injury, so it's gonna happen. But it's something I've kind of learned to deal with, but it sucks.
Absolutely.
So like doing like manual labor like I used to love to do. I used to enjoy being the one going out there slamming the hammer down on the concrete, busting it up,
Right.
or carrying all the heavy stuff, working on the farm, chasing animals. I loved it,
Oh yeah,
but
but that's
my
what. But I
body's
mean,
not what it used to be.
it's a young man's that stuff's a young man's game, man. It's a young man. That's why they get young
Yeah.
men to do it. It's the I know how it is too. You just I mean eventually you can't do it. Even you just get too old for it. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, I mean but yeah, this whole indie movie thing. I mean, like I said, it's been fun. I mean, and I'll do it until I'm tired of it, and until I'm tired of it, then I'll go on something else. I guess.
Fair enough. I mean, you said you dealt with music for about 10 years
Somewhere around in there, yeah. Mhm.
and you've been doing the movie side of it for how long?
Well, seriously, doing it, with multiple, with working with multiple people and actually, kind of taking it more seriously, I guess, for lack of a better word, probably since about 2017, 2018.
Okay, so pretty close to another 10-year mark.
Yeah, yeah, getting there, getting there. Yeah. They, like I said, yeah. I mean, I've worked on some, like I said, I've worked with a bunch of different people. I've worked with a bunch of different people. Pretty much everybody in this area I've worked with so far. So, I mean, and now I'm starting to work with people that are out of the area. I've done some, remote roles and things like that. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. Like I said again, it keeps it fun, keeps it fresh. I mean, getting to do different things with different folks. So, it's like I said, yeah, like I said today, I was just on a shoot for a movie called The Waynesboro Butcher, which Blood Pact is actually going to be releasing. It was actually Shane, the head of Blood Pact, Shane Michaels, he's the head of Blood Pact, and he's going to be. This was kind of his idea, so we've been kind of taking it and running with it. It's a true crime movie. Well, it's a faux true crime movie, I should say. It's not real. It's not a real case, but it's based on some true cases and that kind of thing. So yeah,
Right.
I mean, we're just
Okay.
and we do a lot of movies in the small town Waynesboro because it's kind of the people here are very supportive and the town is very picturesque. So I mean, it's like it's like an old school small town that people seem to enjoy. So plus it's really cool.
Okay.
We have a movie theater here too, which is really awesome. It's like a second run movie theater owned by the town that we actually get to play our movies at, like premiere them there and stuff like that. So we get to feel like big shots for a night,
Oh, that's awesome.
get to wheel out a nice red carpet and everything. You feel like a big shot for a night.
And
But yeah,
that's pretty cool. Oh
yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty cool.
that's always a lot of fun. So yeah, we've kind of now. I mean, Waynesboro could almost have a multiverse almost at this point. I mean, because we've shot a lot of stuff here. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, there's always a lot, but it's always fun to like I said again, explore new ideas and new and new things. So I mean, you always I don't know about you. I mean, you always got stuff going through your brain, like stuff you want to create, stuff ideas you have, like, oh, that would make a cool movie, or that would make a cool thing, So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun, and we've been like, so we've been great. We have a lot of great talent we work with around here. We have a lot of, I mean, it's just it's truly, I mean, it's truly been great. So I mean, you can't really say a whole lot bad about it.
Right. Well, no, it sounds like it's been a great experience for you guys, especially being able to do the premiering in Waynesboro.
Yeah,
Like
we got one
that has to
coming.
be a different type of feeling.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, we've had a lot of a lot of movies do you hit the theater here, and I always still get excited. I mean, you always still excited. It's still exciting to see your name up on you seeing the names up on the marquee and stuff like that. It's always neat because, like I said, because again, I mean, it's definitely a special feeling. But yeah, no, like so we've worked with several of the movie theaters around here, from Waynesboro Theater to the Alamo Draft House to the Warehouse Cinemas, and I mean, and they're always really they're very supportive of the local scene. Thankfully, they're all, I mean, pretty much all independently owned, so which is nice. I mean, they don't have some corporate person in their ear. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely been a lot. It's definitely been a lot of fun. We actually have a premiere coming up in September, actually, of a movie called Devious Intent, which was a crime movie made by Absurd Productions Pictures, and most of that was shot right here in town. So
Okay. So it sounds like you've had a lot of different connections with people, correct?
yeah, I guess so.
Do you have I don't know if you already said it or not, but do you have a personal favorite of the films that have come through that you've noticed?
You mean like for Blood Pact, or for like what do you mean? I'm saying because I just started. I just started.
For Blood Pack.
Yeah, I just started acquiring some of these films, and yeah, I was gonna say I just got the job or whatever. See, Shane actually pulled a lot of other different films as well, and I'm guilty. I haven't seen them all yet. That's been my. I mean, as I said, I mean, I haven't seen all the Blood Pack films yet, but we've been working on getting some films. We're talking about a zombie film we got coming up. We've got a film out of Canada, which we've been talking to. We got one film that was filmed way back in 2002, which was filmed on actual real cameras and whatnot, which was pretty neat. So hopefully we're going to be getting a hold of that one. And I was going to say that one should be really interesting. But yeah, so we definitely, and again, because like we were talking about earlier, who wants to see the same movie over and over again? We're trying to get some different kinds of
Yeah.
movies. I mean, even not within the horror, even within the horror genre or whatever. And I mean, Blood Pack. I mean, we're actually, hopefully one day we'll be able to distribute all kinds of movies. We're not just looking to just do horror. I mean, I mean, we'd like to do other kinds of.
Right.
So like I said, yeah. So yeah, but I mean, one step at a time. Obviously, we're trying to, we're still. I mean, we're still very
Well,
new.
obviously,
Within the last three, I mean, this has come up within the last 3 years. Yes, I mean, so we're still relatively new. I mean, so we're still kind of getting our feet wet as well. So I mean, so we're trying to, just make a good name for ourselves, and hopefully, that'll carry us into carry us in because there's a lot of distributors out there that don't have a very good name for themselves. So I mean, so we're trying to be one of
yeah.
the good guys.
Well, that's fair enough. I mean, that's is kind of what we need, especially in today, because you have a lot of younger people or older people they have films that they have recorded, whether it's on an old camera, on an older phone. But personally, my favorites are the some of the films that look like they were recorded on an old phone.
Right.
First
Yeah. Because they
off,
have
it feels more like authentic. It's
exactly.
more
Yep.
real. So
Yeah. And more creepy, almost more like atmosphere. It has almost gives it a certain atmosphere. I agree.
yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. I've noticed that. So, uh, and I started watching even like now you see a bunch of random videos come up on, let's say YouTube or TikTok, where now you have to question if it's actually kind of real.
Yeah, it's not
But
AI.
for the most
Yeah,
part,
or anything like that. Yeah.
if you see the ones that look like they're from the early 2000s or the 90s, so on and so forth, most likely they're not AI.
No,
Most likely
they
they're
can't be. They couldn't be if they were
yeah,
from that old. Yeah, they couldn't be.
yeah, because I think most of even AI stuff is, they make it look as new and as fresh as possible.
Right, which you understand that, I guess. I mean,
So,
a lot of people,
yeah,
I know a lot of I know like there's a lot of big generation gaps. Like a lot of these new kids, like these Gen Z kids or whatever, like they can't watch black and white movies. They don't understand it. They don't understand why it's black and white. I mean, it's almost like it's like I mean, that's why I mean, I don't know if you've seen the new Spider Noir. It was a great miniseries with Nick Cage playing an old school Spider-Man. It's on Amazon Prime. It's wonderful, but they actually had to make a color version of it because they didn't think because I mean they weren't sure like if people would watch black and white. I mean, so it's like yeah. So it's interesting
yeah,
to see how well it's. I mean it's just the times. I mean I get it. You got to change with. I mean the times are changing and you got to change with them sometimes. But I mean I'm not really a fan of AI. I've never. I mean I don't think it's. I just don't think it helps much. I mean it all looks the same to me. I mean they make these. You see all these posters and stuff. It all looks the same. It all looks basically the same. I don't. I mean it's just. I mean, I get it if you're. I guess I get it if you're not very artistically inclined and just want to make something to announce something or whatever. But I mean, but it's just yeah. I mean, I don't get people that do their whole movie campaigns and whatnot in AI. It just seems lazy to me. But I mean, hey,
yeah,
what do I know,
yeah.
right?
That I don't like. Hey, fair enough. I mean, you could definitely say the same about me. I'm not the one that can say or judge really based off that because I'm not. I use AI for some things. I definitely do.
Right.
I use it for like basically like cover art type thing. Like, but that's where I go with it is cover art. Now, the video wise, I don't know how to do even go about trying to use AI that way. I know they can be instructive, but I have no idea how to do any of that. I've tried. Don't get me wrong. I've definitely tried,
Yeah,
but I don't know how to do it.
yeah. Just stick to what you're doing, man. Stick to organic. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan by any means to have AI do anything of what I'm doing now.
Right.
Like, I enjoy this, I enjoy the conversations, but I do know there's a couple buddies that they've had the conversation about basically starting an AI show
Mhm.
to where they're doing the audio or basically audio and video, but they're changing it to where AI has kind of taken over their stuff.
Right.
Which I'm not sure about personally, but again, I enjoy this. I enjoy the real, and I know other people that enjoy the real conversation side of it.
Absolutely.
They enjoy where it doesn't look fake,
Right. Exactly.
and
Couldn't
that's a
agree
goal.
more.
So you said you do there may be a couple movies that you guys are working on actually putting out, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Through Blood
we have a
Pact?
yeah, we have a few in the. Sadly, I can't really give any names. So I don't know if the paperwork's been signed or anything yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, no, we definitely have some movies coming out soon. I know, like I said, I mean, I know we've just released Out of Ohio, The Girl 2, which had some pretty cool cameos in it. My buddy Travis Bowen did that movie.
Mhm.
The Girl 1 has actually been released for a long time, and this is kind of a pretty long sequel, like 15 years later or something, 10, 15 years later. So yeah, I know they just got that one.
Yeah, I just seen that one.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's my friend Lisa Neild, who's also in Blood and Breakfast. She was also in the movie Blood and Breakfast, which we released with Blood Pact as well. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was gonna say it has that pink cover, has both the girls from Scream in it, and has some other kind of semi names in it as well. I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, Travis Bowen did that movie. Pretty cool guy. So yeah, so yeah, man. Like I said, I mean, we're going to stay busy.
Okay.
Obviously, we're going to stay pretty busy. Obviously, I mean, especially with Halloween season coming up.
Oh yeah, definitely. This would be a great time to push out a lot of the different horror films especially.
Sure.
And yeah, I just Halloween season is one of my favorite seasons. I enjoy it very much. I
Same.
always have.
Yeah, me too.
So, and my wife, she's actually one of her favorite movies is Halloween, but she's also terrified of Michael Myers. Like
That's
it's one of her real fears.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, sometimes, I mean, it seems like a lot of people, tend to view horror movies like that. It's just it's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, I love the original Halloween movies. I'm not so much on the remakes. I'm not so much on the remakes or anything. But I mean, but the original ones were. I mean, they were just classics, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. That goes personally for it. I love the movie. I like the older one more
Yeah,
than
the
the
one with
new.
Tim Curry. Yeah, the one from the like 19
But
or whatever.
yeah, but I'm actually terrified of clowns, so it makes no sense, but it's one of my favorite horror films.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But yeah.
You're not the first one. You're not the first one I've talked to that has a fear of it. A lot of people are afraid of clowns. I've heard that from a lot of people. Heard that from a lot of people. So
Yeah, I mean, on one of my other, recordings, I talked about how that became and how it's not exactly like, I was told it's not how I remember it, but how I remember it is one of the reasons I'm terrified of clowns. But it's I just find it, kind of funny when people are genuinely terrified of one of the films but it or one of the characters from a film, but that film is one of their favorites. I
right.
find it hilarious when it
Well,
comes to
yeah,
that.
because I guess because
Um,
the movie did its job. The movie of scaring you. I mean, it's supposed to be scary, so
yeah,
I guess they did. I guess it did its. I guess that's why they respected so much because it did its job. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, no, do you have anything similar that for or like that for yourself? Like, are you, like, scared or do you have a fear of one of the movies that you're a fan of? I should ask.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, at one time, probably, yeah. I mean, now, I mean, I was gonna say that now the Strangers freaked me out a little bit because again, that could happen in real life. The original Strangers film, that was a very good film, and that
Yeah.
I mean, because again, because that could happen in real life. I mean, because they were real people. They weren't, just they weren't some demonic being or something. Or The Descent was also a crazy one because it was the one in the cave. I don't know if you ever saw that or not, but that movie freaked me out the first time I saw it because it was just because it was I mean because again it was just so that they just had it down so good. I mean it was just, the scares were so good in that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen The Descent. Of course, I guess that is a 20-year-old movie now, but it's just yeah. I mean
Yeah.
those people were in a cave and they were in the dark and they couldn't and then and then for what to happen happened. I was like, wow, yeah, that was some pretty crazy stuff. And I'm sure when I was a kid, of course, I guess people like Michael Myers did scare me and whatnot. I mean, I was never really scared of Freddy because he talked too much. I mean, I thought he was more like a stand-up comedian, more he seemed more like a funny. Him and Chucky both they just talk. I don't really like the killers that talk. I mean, that's
Oh yeah.
I think that they're more funny than anything. It's like I mean I was always more into Jason and the Leatherface and like now the one that talked that I did enjoy. Of course, I never really found him particularly scary was Ghostface, but I just enjoyed his quips and his more funny side or whatever.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Because I thought similar about Chucky. Because
Yeah,
I thought he was kind of funny, and he's basically cracking jokes at you, or he's doing what he can to scare you in some type of way at the same time. But yeah, I felt the same way about Chucky as you did about Ghostface, which I like Ghostface too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was
But
gonna say I like the Scream movies a lot. Actually, I think they're well acted and well written for the most part. The last one was a little fan filmy, I guess, for my taste, but it was still good. I still kind of liked it. Scream, I'll always have fond heart, a soft spot in my heart for too, because it was the first horror movie I ever saw in a theater when I was a kid. So when I was like 12, 13 years old. So
okay,
it'll always it'll always be there with me, and I mean it'll always be a fond memory. So.
fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I can't. I think the first I don't really call it a horror movie, but it's like a semi horror movie. Is My Soul to Take is the one I seen in theaters, which I liked it. Don't get me wrong,
Oh,
but
that was one of Wes
for
Craven's.
me, yeah, um, for me that movie, I was able to predict a lot of what was happening
I could see that.
in theaters. Never seen it before, so I predicted it, but I enjoyed it at the same time.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
What
Pretty good movie.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I've seen worse. You
Oh,
know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like, I've
Absolutely.
definitely seen worse over the years.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'm gonna ask probably one or two more questions.
Okay, cool.
Then I'll go ahead and let you get on your way. But so based off some horror films off of what you've seen, or any film really, it doesn't even have to be horror. It can be any film.
Okay.
What would you rank your first, like your favorite to your least favorite? Like just two movies, favorite to least favorite.
Okay, so what you're saying is basically my favorite, the one I like the most, the one I like the least. I guess we can do horror. I guess
Yeah.
we do horror. It's hard for me to pick a favorite horror film, but I was gonna say, I did love the original Scream. I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love the original Night of the Living Dead. Those were all great movies. So yeah, I'm gonna do three. I mean, I'm gonna do three. I'll do those three or whatever, and then
That's fine.
then maybe I'll do three bad ones too. I'll do three bad ones too while I'm at it. But what a couple definitely stick out to me. Now again, I try not to. I'm trying to pick studio films because I don't like to. I'm not going to put down some guy who made a movie for $500. I mean, it's just. I mean, that's not fair. I mean,
Right.
I don't think that's fair. I mean, I mean, because I know, like, oh yeah, this movie stunk. Well, they had a bunch. They had 10 people that had never acted before. They shot it on a cell phone. It's like, what do you expect? It's like,
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be Wes Craven, okay?
Right. I would never ask you to rank off of the independent films.
Yeah,
only because they are doing it without all the professionals
exactly.
to
Yeah.
guide them through
These
what they're
these are
doing,
professional
basically.
films that
They're doing their best with what they have.
one film that always comes to mind. It came out about 10 years. I think it came out about 8, 10 years ago. It was called The Bye Bye Man. That was a stupid movie. I hated that movie. I hated it so much. It was so bad. I mean, that was a pretty bad one. And then the Slender Man movie. That was really bad. I remember seeing that. That was awful. And the other one, the other one, I'll throw a remake in there while I'm at it. Was that Black Christmas remake? That was terrible. I don't know. That was just so bad.
I don't think I've seen Black Christmas, but I know Bye Bye Man. I know the
Well,
Slender Man
yeah,
movie.
they
Oh,
they were pretty bad. They were pretty bad. I was gonna say, yeah, black and
see,
to preface, I'm talking about the Black Christmas movie from 2018, not 2005, because they had two remakes of Black Christmas, and I'm talking about the most
okay.
recent one in 2018, not the 2005 one. 2005 one wasn't bad, I guess. I mean, but it was very of the time, So, but anyway, I'm sorry, God. Oh, you were gonna say
Oh no, you're good. I was just looking at what your the Black Christmas film. Because I don't think I've ever seen the Black Christmas film. I've any of them.
the 1974 is a
But
classic. That's a real classic. You'd like that one.
that's the one that actually showed up when I clicked it in.
Yeah,
So I
that's
might
the real one.
go try to check it out here in a bit.
Yeah.
Let me see. So there's one like I was on the fence about it, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's what is it? Satan's Slay.
Oh yeah, with
I
Goldberg.
don't know if you've ever seen it. It's
That was with that Goldberg in there.
Goldberg.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think
Yeah.
I watched it once. I don't really remember it. I mean, so it must not have been that good if I don't remember it. But yeah,
I won't say it's the worst I've seen, but it's definitely like riding that line
I can see
because
that.
I thought it was in a sense comical, but it's definitely like on the borderline. Eh.
Bad. Yeah, bad. Bad.
Um,
This is real bad.
let me. Yeah, very bad, very bad. But then like you'd have, for me, the Nun. I would have to say is one of my favorite. The
Okay.
older Nun movie. Uh, but the Nun movie, it also scared me crazy, crazy bad at one point. But I first seen it when I was a little kid, maybe
Well, there you go. Yeah.
10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
So, but the worst, oh man, what was that one? Would You Rather? I think.
I'm not sure if I saw that
Like,
one. I was gonna say I'd heard because there was a bunch of those movies I remember around that time. There was Would You Rather, there was Truth or Dare. There was a bunch of those kind of game, you know what I mean? Like spin the they were having like they like
yeah.
these kind of films or whatever. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you guys can say there was one that was really good. I remember. Now I want to say that was Truth or Dare. I mean that was actually really good that I watched. But yeah, Would You Rather, that one, if I recall, yeah, that was pretty bad if I remember correctly. Yeah.
It's one of the things with that movie. I would rather personally put on a Bye Bye Man instead.
Oh wow.
Uh, just and Bye Bye Man, like I truly didn't think the Would You Rather movie was good. So when it comes to that point, I personally would go to Bye Bye Man and watch that 10 extra times instead of watching Would You Rather again.
Wow.
But that's from a personal side.
Well, yeah, but still wow.
Yeah, it is wild because they were both not good. No, they weren't the best. So do you have like a dream film that you would like to be a part of outside of the Scream? Obviously, we know you like Scream.
Yeah,
Outside of Scream,
that's a good question. I don't know. I was gonna say. I mean, obviously I would have loved to have worked with George Romero. I loved his movie. I was a big zombie fan. I'd love to have worked with him if I could have. Unfortunately he passed away several years ago. Wes Craven too. Obviously, I'd love to work with him on. I mean, I'd love to work with these guys on it. John Carpenter. I would have loved to work with that on any project for these guys. I mean, any of these bigger directors, I would have loved to have worked with. Unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. I mean, but there are a lot of good new directors as
yeah,
well. I mean, I would like to. I mean, as I said, I mean, I'd like to work with. Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, Kevin Williamson from the Scream franchise. I'd love to work with that guy. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I ever was able to do something like that, it would be probably with somebody like that. I mean, mean, just because I just yeah, I was gonna say that those would probably be the guys I would have liked to have worked with. But I mean, I enjoy working with the people I do, and I'm hoping that one day, I'm hoping that one day we're we're able to maybe get close to that status.
Do that expansion. Well, hopefully you guys can get there truly, because that'd be dope. I'd love to see the progression for you in that sense.
Appreciate it, sir.
Let me see. I had one more question on the tip of my tongue. Oh, is there a that be the last question?
Okay.
Is there a horror film that you know that may be coming out as of this year, that you are kind of excited to see?
I tell you
Anything got your attention?
the one that's got my attention actually, I think it's actually, even though it's part of the Batman universe, it's actually it's actually considered a horror film, and that's the new Clayface movie. Clayface was an old school Batman villain from like the Scarecrow era, from like the golden silver age of Batman comics or whatever. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Clayface movie. He was a very dark character, and apparently it's supposed to be very horror-esque. So I really am looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to the Clayface movie for sure.
Okay. Huh. Like, I asked that question because I know one of my favorite actors personally is Johnny Depp, and I seen
Okay.
that he has a few potential movies coming back out. I'm not sure if he's in them, but I know they're like follow-ups. They're sequels to like Return to Silent Hill. I'm
Right.
kind of excited to see just because I did like the old Silent Hill movies. Um, then The Strangers, they're supposed to come out with another movie as well this year.
Boy,
So,
those other three have been stinkers. I tell you, since they've done that. I mean, I like the first two, and then after that, it's just
yeah.
been awful. It hasn't been very good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a chapter 3, so
Hopefully,
maybe it'll be good.
yeah, hopefully it's the last. Because yeah, the first two were not good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I appreciate you for joining me today. Look
No
forward
problem.
to hopefully getting you back on here at some point.
No problem.
Hopefully you get the growth you guys are hoping to get, and yeah.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Bye everybody.